Hey everyone, welcome back to Offsite Dirt, High Performance Build. I'm Shaun St-Amour, and today's topic and discussion is about inspiration. Where did you get the inspiration to do what you do every day? And I've got two amazing gentlemen joining me. We've got Mr. Aron Jones and Mr. Joe Konopacki, and they're going to say hello while I put up the slide deck, and we're going to talk about where I became my passion for resilient prefab passive homes. Gentlemen, do the intro.
I'm Aron Jones. I'm
I'm
a
Joe.
carpenter. Sorry, Joe. Cut you off there. I'm Aron Jones. I'm a carpenter and a builder on Grand Banana Island in New Brunswick, Canada. Enjoy building high performance homes. Like to include as many passive principles as possible in all of our builds and all of our renovations.
And Joe is
And
on.
I'm Joe Konopacki. I'm with Insight Property Services in the Chicagoland area. We're a full service building consulting inspection company. So we advise people whether they're buying a house, selling a house, building it new, or trying to fix up and make sense of what they got. So we do a lot of forensic work and kind of sussing out. And we also do BPI training. So we're training the next generation of consultants and contractors here in the Chicagoland area. So Shaun, how did you feel the fire first for Passive House?
Yeah, so first I actually have to go back to more of the prefab stuff, because when I graduated university, I was working for, at the time, one of the most automated factories in North America. And I got an opportunity to go to Germany to actually do a presentation. So the owner of the company didn't want to make the travel across the pond, and I raised my hand as an eager beaver would. And so off to Germany I went. And one of the tours that occurred, so there was a group of Canadians that were gathered from UBC and the wood processing program, and the particular facility is COP, Center for Advanced Wood Processing, organized the tour. And early December, there's a conference in Garmisch. Now it's in Innsbruck, and it's the House Boss. It's a wood conference talking about all types of wood structures. And a couple days before the conference, we got to go and see a whole bunch of factories. So this is 2003, pretty early on in my career, but I got to go to a company called Baufritz. And just to give you a setting of this company, they have been manufacturing, they've been building homes for now 123 years. They've been doing prefab for 37 years. The owner is now fourth generation. So you can kind of get an idea, they know what they're doing. And so to get in to see a company that is that established and the process and procedures have been handed down from one generation to the next, been fine-tuned over and over again, it is honestly like going into like a Ford or Toyota factory of precision of how they build stuff. But what's more inspiring was the culture of the company and even how they inspire clients. So when you come to the factory as a client, they take you through the sales area, and they've got 4 model homes, like 4 little tiny houses. And within 30 minutes, you press a couple buttons of like what you like, and they know about 80% of the house that you want within 30 minutes. So imagine you had a client, and within an hour, they have like figured out all the things they want for the house. Then ideally, you're kind of in this showroom for 3 days. And if you get stressed out, they have this Zen area that has more wood detailing and Zen space that honestly, the words I can't describe to you, but it is the most amazing space. And for those that enjoy wood buildings and wood texture and wood altogether, this particular sensory stimulus space to calm you down is unbelievable. But after 3 days, you sign your document, you pay a deposit, and your house is going into the factory to get manufactured. And everything to the millimeter is decided. Screws, hardware, door handles, toilet paper holders, toilets, kitchens, all that is figured out. And they do 174 homes per year. We're not talking about like onesie twosies here. This is a real spaghetti machine. And when you look at it, so here is the kind of figurehead. So this building you see in front of us here is part of their sales team. It's again, they do things differently here. When you need to have an outside of the box conversation, you go outside of the factory, and you've got this really cool wood structure that is there to it gives you views of Germany. So the factory is about an hour and a half west of Munich, in a nice little village, and they've got these different spaces. And so when I was there in 2003, this particular structure, this house was still there, and you can get an idea of some of the details. You see the south facing door system there, where that exterior shading, right? So this 2003, they're already including exterior shading into their concepts. You can see now a night view of that same building. And again, this is a showroom, so this is a luxury house. But the glass you see in front of you, that actually is an awning that opens up. And so if you want to have a morning coffee on your deck, that actually opens up, and you get this nice fresh air space to enjoy a coffee or do a workout, and that thing comes down. But one of the things you can see here is that envelope that's there, thick assembly, great sweater details. And this is early on. I mean, they've already incorporated these passive house principles before I even really understood. I was just so amazed by the prefab system and the culture that they created. I had set them up saying, this is one of the top prefab companies in the world. I left this conference, went home, and started to look at other companies that could match up to them. And still to this day, they are still, in a sense, the top one company. We've seen companies like Ringley in Switzerland. Locally, we've got Benson Wood, and we've got all the prefab companies here in North America that have established themselves over the last 20 years. But in my mind, Baufritz has set the bar for me. It's been the benchmark for us to inspire to. I went back with my dad about 10 years later because I wanted him to see this. And at the time, they were celebrating their 120th anniversary, and they decided to create another showpiece to their facility that would help showcase their work. And so here is this house that is two pieces. So you have the one on the right that caters to more people that have mobility issues. And so you have the top portion that has an elevator to get up to the space, and then you have the left side building there that is definitely for a family. And again, this is a luxury item because it's a showpiece, but there's details here that I had never seen before, and I'm going to showcase a few of them. Again, got a bit of a moat around the space because, again, depending on where you are, you either a person that connects to nature, and so having ducks in a pond is something that we like, being able to see that lush green. And from our high performance windows, we want to make that connection to the outside. But look at that kitchen, right? Everywhere you see here, it screams wood. And on the left, you can see, we're showcasing a few more slides there, some exterior shading details they've got incorporated here. But the level of detail here to the millimeter is unbelievable. So how it kind of works is they will prefab your house in about a week. And I say prefab, meaning that the drywall and the cladding is shipped to the site. It's put together like Lego. And in most cases, they'll take another 3 to 6 months to finish the house because of all the fine interior details that's required. But even they provide you furniture to the point where furniture comes with airbags. And so if you want to move, say, a dresser from one area to another area because you've got some multifunctional space happening, you literally press the airbag and pump it up. Remember those old Reebok sneakers we used to buy in the early 90s? Right? You could do that with the furniture. So if you can't physically move the furniture, you pump it up and move it with your finger over, hit depress the airbag, and it sits. Like, there's things that they've thought about. And this is 2003 for me. And I was, you talk about, I'm still blown away now. There's people, when they see too much good stuff, they actually faint because you're just overstimulated. I am that way every time I hear about Baufritz. Just the amount of details that are happening here. Here's a hallway that just shows you all the wood. And so again, how they like the corridors and how they interact between the bedroom spaces, the living spaces, but you can see the level of detail is just, you know, right there in any luxury house you could ever do. But again, they got base models. They cater to anybody that wants a high performance shelter. So we're not talking about cabins with really nice kitchens and bath. We're talking about high end, low embodied carbon homes that are prefabricated. Now, that tub you see right there, again, luxury item here, folks, but that is a wood bathtub. When you're looking about the carbon footprint of all your products, they've even looked at the porcelain of the buildings and removed, you know, the bathtub that that again affects your carbon footprint, and that is a molded oak bathtub. But you can see all the oak that ties together, and like you're honestly feels like you're living in a treehouse. You can see the connection of outdoors, of how they had the right spaces. You can see the wood windows, the wood high performance triple pane windows into that space. And this is what I'm talking about, the shading. So again, you want to make sure that you know, you want to dial things down so you don't get that western exposure in your house and you're getting overheating. Well, again, they've got this really cool shading device they've added in. And I show you the next slide here, gentlemen, because I can't wait to take you to Germany, to take you to Baufritz, to this particular little bar, to have you know, maybe some schnapps or something else, to be able to experience what this quiet, high performance space that's comfortable. Again, we'd all be sitting on one of those nice wood stools and not have to feel that we're our feet are cold because of you know, sometimes those slabs where they're cold. We'd all be in a comfortable space. And again, the level of detail here you just see is so encompassing. So now that's the show home. Now here's the factory space. Look how clean that floor is. The meticulousness of the facility is unbelievable. You can eat off the floor during even manufacturing. Like, they've done a really good job of ensuring safety. You can see how bright that workspace is. You know, this factory is not in a dungeon. Just really amazing you know, space for what we've got going on there. And you know, as we look at the different slides, there's the wall panels lifted up. So when you want to work on the cladding details, you're not working when they're lying down horizontal, they're all up. And the last slide here is, I think, again, is that perfect wall, because if you look at the detail here, you've got rain screen, you got service cavity, you've got low embodied carbon insulation. This actually is wood, scraps of wood that have been chipped up, and they actually use a goat byproduct. So it's goat milk that is sprayed into the wood fiber to provide kind of like a natural borate. So again, it's not slumping. You can see the in a sense the 2x8, and again, it's a metric number. One of my favorite details you see here in the corner is the gutter detail. So this is a wall panel at a corner, and they actually incorporate the gutter system, the downspouts. You talk about curb appeal. There's no gutters. It's all taken care into the flashing details and the hardware. So the corners come together. There's no thermal bridging with the downspouts. It's included in the design. And so water flows where it needs to. It's going down and out. Again, Aaron, you love the whole flashing detail. You can see how the windows are over insulated. The windows are right where they need to be from a thermodynamics. A perfect system, and hopefully we'll be incorporating more of this kind of details from high performance, low embodied carbon materials, as well as prefabricated systems. So gentlemen, we got to wrap things up quickly, but just a couple of points from what you've seen about your quick travel to Germany to seeing Baufritz. What do you guys think?
I've had the good fortune to visit Rengali, which you did mention. And it's, if you've been to an average prefab factory in North America, worlds apart. It's like going to a different universe. And I think we can get there. I really do think we can get there in North America, but somebody's got to start now. And there are people doing it. You know, B Public's starting to do some really amazing stuff. Lloyd's Prefab in Nova Scotia is starting to do some really good stuff. And there's others. But Baufritz has got 100+ years experience.
Yeah.
We just got to give some people some time to catch up.
It's inspiring to see see a company doing this and being successful at it. It's a little dispiriting that for 20 years people could have been copying it and haven't. So there's opportunities for improvement in the industry here. So that's hopeful. And I would take you up on your offer to buy us a drink in Germany as we visit the Baufritz plant there, Shaun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me for a trip to Germany. And Joe, I know how you say is like you don't know a person until you have a beer and you tell a silly story. And so I've lucky you've had that opportunity. Again, we've done a lot of virtual stuff, but I definitely know you, and I would love to know more of you in Germany about Fritz. So everyone, thank you for joining us another time here on Offsite Dirt High Performance Build, where you got to see a little bit of my passion as we traveled to Germany. We went to Baufritz. If you want to learn more, check out their website, check out other stuff. You will be blown away by the level of detail and the culture that they've created. And great to see that in North America, we are working hard on copying. And copying is a form of flattery. And flattery is spelled with a PH, folks. Take care. See you next time with Offsite Dirt.